Good blessed Wednesday evening, September the 29th, 2021. It's about 3:05 p.m. I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter if you the proclaim toughest to the proclaim weakest person on the face of this first earth. It doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaim enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not. All I come to do is try to awaken those that's not awakened. I try to give the news to people that don't know certain news, that only hear one side of the story. I'd like to also say happy 61st heavenly birthday to my young brother. May he rest in peace. But I want y'all to see where we at here. We in Charleston, Missouri. And I've been here for 25 years. And I come to show y'all something. When you enter in this town, you see where that's out, Charleston, Missouri. Population 5,947 people. Now, this is the Marshall Street, dividing line of north and south. I want to show you a few things about this town. You know, you got a lot of these faith-based programs getting that the government give money to, the federal government give money to these people. And I want to show y'all something about how I'm going to show you a few ways of discrimination, and I'm going to show you how much these people that get this grant money that be on the television all the time in the front of the news saying what they doing for people, but in actuality, they getting government grant money to give out food. Now, this place right here, this is one of the churches here, a white pastor. He give out clothes, he give out food, and they had a program out here one summer about 4 or 5 years ago, and he called KFES 12. And they took pictures of little young black children that didn't have shirts on and shoes on. And he told them that these people were sending, these black parents were sending their children to his church out here with their program with no clothes on. But yet they was there getting wet. But he get government grant money. Here's another one right here, the Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center right down the street. Another black rent, where they get plenty of money for the millions of dollars now. They supposed to help the homeless. You know, they claim they help the homeless. They feed the homeless. That particular place that I just showed you, they even have a homeless shelter, I guess, for women. But I want to show you some discrimination and then show you how these individuals that call themselves leaders here, how not only do they discriminate or don't really try to help homeless people, but only be around when the news comes. I'm going to show you a clear case of discrimination for the black homeless. Now, it was a homeless brother. Everybody know him. He done passed away just recently. May he rest in peace. Right in this little place right here on Vine Street and Boone Street. He had a lot of clothes sitting in a chair out here. 2 police, Charleston, Missouri police officers, they came up and took him away. They took him away, y'all. I'm going to go down a little bit further. Down here, the same place, when people try to hang out down here up under what they call the hut, the police at a certain time would make them leave from out of there. But this is in a black neighborhood now, y'all. I'm going to take you to another place where another guy who came from Tennessee back in May of 2017 by the name of Tory D. Sanders, mentally ill. He made a mistake and made the wrong turn coming from Tennessee and came to Charleston, Missouri. And he ended up, I'm going to show you where he ended up in a minute. This is what a brother from Tennessee, he ended up here at this truck stop, Flying J. He got off at the wrong turn, and he ended up here into this truck stop right here. He was a stranger in this town, a black man, young black man. Now, what he was doing, he was sitting in the restaurant part here, and he let the people know that he took the wrong turn. I believe he was hungry, and he let them know he had some mental illness. Now, he's a stranger in this town. They called the Charleston Police Department. The Charleston Police Department came and got him from here. This was May of 2017. And I'm going to show you what ended up happening to this young man. Now, that young black man, Tory descendants from Tennessee, he thought he was in good hands, safe hands, because the Charleston Police Department, right here, they took him. He should have been going to the hospital. This is City Hall, but it's also the police department here. If you can see the thing. But he thought he was in good hands. Here is a black man from Tennessee, and the Charleston Police Department picks him up, and you would think he was safe. But let me show you where they took him to. He'd already told him he had mental illness. He explained that to him. He told him he had mental illness, so since he had mental illness, they should have called an ambulance and took him to the next town, Sykes in Missouri, which would have been the nearest hospital. But I'm finna show you where they took him. They took him right around the corner, down the street, to this Mississippi County Detention Center jail here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. This was his last stop, y'all. This was his last stop right here, where he died. 5 law enforcement officials, some of them were sheriffs, deputies, and the DN sheriff, and some of his deputies, and some of the Charleston, Missouri police officers. They tased him, they maced him, one of them had their foot on his neck, and he died. Right there, where a black man just died 7 days ago on September the 22nd, 2021, in that same jail, black man. But I'm finna show you something else. Okay, I'm finna finish this up now. I'm finna show you this here. Some white people that was evicted up out of this particular house. The police made them come out. And, I don't want nobody to get no misunderstanding on what I'm saying. I think this been like this here about a month now. And I'm going to show you where the people is staying at now, them and their dog. Now, don't get me wrong on what I'm about to say, because it's twofold. One is showing how all of these black and white organization preachers, including the NAACP, Susanna Wesley, and all these other people that's getting all this money, I want to show you they give out food in the public to let people see them giving out food, but we got to remember the government give them the money. Now, this is what the NAACP president's business is. right down the street from this park that I'm finna show y'all where these people been living at, that they tore down the house. I'm not saying this here to try to belittle them. I'm showing two folds with this here. I'm showing, one, how the city and the police department discriminate against black homeless people, and at the same time to show you all of this money that these people getting. Why has these people got to live over here on the other side of that fence where you see this tenants at? Now, if black people was in this park living over here like this here, they'd be in jail or they'd be gone up out of here. But I'm showing this for two folds to show they discriminate against black homeless people, and at the same time, they did the people with all this government money. These people shouldn't have to be living out here. Now y'all take a look at this here. Peace be still.